Hey guys, I actually hope that you can hear me over the music that is outside of my car right now. I have not had a chance to sit down and film anything for a while, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why that is, and kind of what we've had going on or what I've had going on. But right now I am actually in the car waiting on my husband is DJing some event at some school right now. I wanted to come on here and do a little bit of kind of an update, where we've been, what we've been doing. So we have been pretty busy, I guess. We've had a lot going on, but the main thing that we've had going on is this pregnancy. So I am, as of today, I am 20 weeks and 1 day pregnant. So I am officially on the second half of this pregnancy, and I am very excited to meet this sweet girl, but I could not be more ready to not be pregnant. So this is our fifth baby, and with every kid I've had some sort of weird something. I don't remember what it was with the first one, but I do remember with my second kid, her amniotic fluid was super low, so I ended up having to be induced early with her. And then with my last two, I had cholestasis. If you don't know what cholestasis is, basically it's where your liver just kind of starts to shut down, and your liver enzymes and all of those numbers that are associated with it, they go crazy. But the biggest problem that cholestasis brings, I guess, well, I mean, the liver shutting down is not great, but the biggest, I guess, symptom of it is that you have really, really itchy hands and feet, specifically like the palms of your hands and the bottom of your feet. And, you know, just saying that and just hearing that, it kind of doesn't seem like it would be that big of a deal, but it's literally like the acid is not being taken out of your blood or something like that. And so it's literally like the acid in your blood is really high. And for whatever reason, in the palms of your hands and the bottom of your feet, it kind of like collects or whatever. So it feels like it's itchy, but it's like a burn itch. It is so uncomfortable. So I had that with my last two pregnancies. The doctor with the first one that I had it with did not believe me, and so he refused to even test for it. Thankfully, my baby was born healthy, and I was okay, because it is really, really dangerous. It definitely can have really bad consequences, so much so that when my current doctor, who also delivered my last baby, when I told her about it, she immediately got me in, had tests done, got me on medication, and I ended up having to go stay in the hospital and have steroid shots done. And they had to deliver that baby, my last baby, my fourth baby, at 35 weeks. And thankfully, she was great. She didn't spend any time in the NICU. She was really tiny, but she was strong and healthy. And I'm super, super thankful about that. If you are looking for information about cholestasis, I would strongly recommend talking to your doctor and demand to be heard, because it is really, really awful, and it can definitely have pretty dire consequences. So going into this pregnancy, I was really nervous about it. I'm an older geriatric pregnancy, which is so funny because I'm still in my 30s, but that's what they call it. And I was super nervous because every pregnancy seems to have progressively gotten harder, and that has definitely remained true for me. Okay, sorry, my husband had to come in the car and get some stuff, so I had to stop. But so I ended up in the emergency room twice for these pains. The first time was super, super early on in my pregnancy. I think I was maybe 6 weeks along. And I was about 5 weeks along. And because I hadn't been to my doctor yet. So I had not had an ultrasound at all. And they sent me back for an ultrasound. The ultrasound tech told me, actually the nurse came in and told me that the ultrasound tech read everything and said that the problem was that I was having an ectopic pregnancy. So there were a couple of things I had an issue with that, I guess. The first was where the pain was at. So the pain was up really high. The second one is I have had a ruptured ectopic pregnancy before. So I had a ruptured ectopic pregnancy in 2017. And I knew what that pain felt like. And I would say that like the pain was on par. It was pretty similar. But it was in a completely different spot. So I mean, as heartbreaking as that was to hear, there was like a hope for me that maybe that wasn't what it was, because I have dealt with that before and I knew that that wasn't where that pain was at. So the next day I went in to see my doctor and she said it was not ectopic. There was everything there that was supposed to be there at 5 weeks, and that it was in the right spot. And so that shouldn't be what that problem was, which was amazing. I was so thankful for that. The bad part was that we still didn't know what that pain was. So from then on, I was having that pain about every other night. And I only had it at night, and it would last like 6 to 8 hours. So every other night I didn't sleep at all. And it was just so frustrating and so difficult to deal with. I handled it until I was about 14 weeks pregnant. And at that point, I was exhausted. I was spending every other night not sleeping, but in horrific pain. And then every day, I basically was either on the couch or in bed because I had no energy and I couldn't eat. If I did eat, I got extremely nauseous, and could not keep hardly anything down. So I ended up going back to the emergency room. Bless my husband's heart. He could not handle it anymore. And we ended up going back to the emergency room and had another ultrasound done. Thankfully, that ultrasound tech was amazing. Shout out to Hope. It happened to be someone that like I knew through another friend, and so she was so amazing and took her time and was able to check on baby and check on me, and thankfully was able to give me some really great peace of mind. So I ended up back with the doctor, and the doctor said that good news, baby is great, which you always want to hear. Baby was doing great, but I was not. Apparently I had gallstones and my gallbladder was inflamed. And so that doctor said that had I come in not pregnant, that I would have been going back for surgery to have my gallbladder removed that night. But because I was pregnant, they couldn't do that. It had to go through my OB. So I ended up talking to my doctor. She saw like my blood pressure was crazy high and there were all these issues. So she sent me for a referral to a surgeon. That surgeon, I went to see him one time. He walked in the room, said, I looked at all of your stuff and I am scheduling you for surgery for next week, because if not, this pregnancy is going to end with your gallbladder rupturing. So it was pretty bad. So I was so thankful that I had a doctor that actually listened to me, and that I had a surgeon that was incredibly skilled and knew what he was doing. He does these, apparently, he does surgery on pregnant women somewhat regularly. So he said he doesn't love it, but I'm very thankful that he still did it. So I normally a gallbladder removal would be an outpatient procedure, but I did have to stay in the hospital overnight because I needed to be monitored and baby needed to be monitored. So I ended up in the hospital. The great news is I have not had that pain at all since then. And then also it has helped my nausea quite a bit. So if you've never had surgery when you're pregnant, it's incredibly scary. And if you are finding this video because you are finding yourself in that same situation, just know that of course it's scary. You have every right to be scared. All of the risks that the surgeon told me that could happen because I was pregnant really sent me into a crazy turmoil, and it was really, really scary. But the good news is that it helped. It made such a huge difference. My life has been vastly improved. So I had that surgery 4 weeks ago, and I am officially like recovered from it. It did take extra time to recover from it because I was pregnant when I had surgery. I think that had I not been pregnant, it probably would have taken maybe like half that time to recover from it. But they had me like up and walking pretty much immediately after surgery. So I was able to like get up and walk and do some stuff. So that being done and behind me was amazing. So I went in to see my OB the week after surgery, or 2 weeks after surgery, something like that. No, it was a week after surgery. And she like checked everything. Baby looked great, but new problem. Apparently I have placenta previa with this pregnancy. So that is like a new thing that I'm kind of having to navigate. The last appointment that I had, the doctor did say that the placenta is moving. So hopefully that won't be an issue the whole pregnancy. But because of that, now I have to be down. I can't like be up doing a bunch of stuff, even though I feel better and I want to. I can't, because it's just kind of a little bit more dangerous for the baby. So I have to be a little bit cautious there, but hopefully praying that over the next few weeks that will sort of just resolve itself, and then it won't be an issue for the rest of pregnancy. Now I did have a doctor tell me that because my gallbladder has been taken out, that the cholestasis may not be an issue anymore. So I'm definitely praying for that. If you guys are praying folk, I would request that you pray for me for that, because I definitely don't want to go through that again. Cholestasis is probably, if I had to choose between like gallbladder issues and having to have surgery and cholestasis, I think I would have my gallbladder removed every single time, even though that pain was horrific and super, super scary going through surgery. Cholestasis is just a next level of like torture. I can't even explain how awful it is. But so anyway, that's where we're at. That is why I have really been MIA. I haven't done anything really that was worth filming, and I didn't want to just put stuff out for nothing. It didn't feel worth it to you guys, and I really appreciate the fact that so many of you have stuck by and sent me messages and made comments and checking in. It has been so sweet, and man, I mean, it has uplifted me so much. So thank you so much for that. Hopefully, yesterday I was actually able to like get up and do some stuff, nothing like heavy lifting, but actually do some projects around the house that I was wanting to get done. So hopefully I will be able to like get some stuff out for you guys. I am able to be out today with my husband for his like DJ gig that he has at the school. So that's really fun, and I love that I'm able to start like doing that kind of stuff again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking through all of this. If you guys have any questions about cholestasis or placenta previa or having surgery during pregnancy, go ahead and leave those questions down below. If I feel comfortable with answering them, I will. I can't 100% guarantee that I will, but if I do, I will. So thanks guys. I'll see you next time.